also be achieved in this state. We're doing a lot for the good people of River State. But because of this drama here, drama there, a lot of people don't even know what we're doing. We're also working towards a day before the end of this month to showcase to the world few of the things that we've achieved that touches the life of people in River State. So I want to thank every one of you for your support, more especially before, during, and after the election. I appreciate your doggedness, your belief in our cause to salvage the state, to protect the integrity of the state. As your leader, the one steering the ship, I assure you I will not mislead any one of you. I still stand on the path of peace. We had cases of arson in some local government areas. When I was inaugurating the chairman here, I did mention that I had intelligence that there was plot to cause mayhem in some LGs. I said it before it happened. I knew because they were unhappy, they would go extra miles to create disaffection in the mind and heart of the good people of River State. But I appreciate your calmness. I've always maintained we are going to be the greatest loser. We need to go with peace. I won't encourage any one of you to follow them with violence. No. We're carrying a basket of egg in our head. Precious egg, not just anyhow egg. So we need to follow them with carefulness and, in fact, wisdom. So let me thank every one of you. Let me also use this to thank the good people of River State for their support and to assure them that we'll continue to defend. I want to also let the state know that what has happened after the election, we are not going to allow it to go uninvestigated. It has happened before, and after some weeks, some of our supporters were declared wanted to turn the story around. But this time around, I strongly believe with the support and cooperation of the Nigerian police, the director of DSS, we will unravel those behind the arson and make sure that they account for the atrocity.
So that was it, or them. So I just thought you should probably know ahead, okay? The Wahala in River State is not over. Far from over. Because the Werewike and his gang, they are like the wounded tigers. Somehow, they are down, but they are not out. So the guy is putting his own guys little by little, step by step. And every now and then, he's still using that meekness look to make it look like he's a victim. He is not a victim. Do you understand? I have said this before. When you look at a Fubara and you look at Wiki, there is a possibility for you, right, to be on the side of Fubara. Fubara is a product of political criminality, and therefore his fight with his godfather, okay, is just like the fight of political criminals. When you look at his way of going about it, he's likely going to win you to his side for many obvious reasons. Not many like Wiki anymore, okay? And it is all because of his actions, the past and the present. No ad. And Fubara is very good in acting that victim, okay? Enough that waiting they do Wiki, now only Wiki know him. That is why it is Wiki and his own supporters that are crying loud, because what he is doing to them, if I can explain something to you, right? It is like someone, let's say a child, right? That a little kid, let's say a little boy that is very cunning, is holding a needle, okay? And you, the supposed big boy, the adult in the room, get poked by this little boy with needle. This is not like touching or playing with you. It's like poking you with needle. Sometimes it can go this deep, or it can go this deep. That there is no way when it pokes you, you won't jump. And somehow, not only you know, say how deep the poking is. Hey, go back! Slap the boy like, go back, what is wrong with you? And the boy is going, yeah, you want to kill him? Why would you slap a little boy like that? What now? So, can't you see what he's doing? He's poking me with a needle. Where is the needle? I have no needle. There's no needle. I have no needle. I don't know why he's hitting me that way. Say, what is wrong with you? Why would you hit a little boy like that? Say, he poked me now. Can't you see blood? Which blood? You check there is no blood. Nobody's like, you the mad, why are you hitting this little boy like that? Come here. It's okay. Don't cry. It's okay. You hit a little boy like that. What is wrong with you? I said, no idea. I'm not mad. Nobody say I'm mad. He poked me with something. I saw a needle. I said, but there's no needle. He said, it's okay. Don't cry. It's okay. And when everybody just busy talking again, so what are you saying? He brings out the needle again. This time around. And you jumped like, yeah! Go! Everybody just started like, they wish they would beat you up. You mad? Why are you, that's exactly what Fubara is doing to Wiki. I like it. I do. It's just that I don't want you all to pretend that these guys are enemies, right? Different from, he is a product of Wiki. So their fight is far from over. But he stands a chance of winning because no one really likes Wiki. Not now. Not when he actually helped bring the T-pain that you have today in Nigeria. Okay? So it is probably ideal for him to drop the fight and possibly just leave him alone. But he's also obsessed. His ego is so high. like somebody that is on drug. So therefore, their fight is far from over. They're dragging the police, by the way, and the police is now preaching peace, which we all know is just a facade. It's just pretty much like a facade, right? It's not real.
You don't get what you don't demand for. So the police was never involved in that particular suit. So the law cannot affect the police. Then the federal high court that gave injunction that the police and other agents should not partake was the one that gave judgment that this time around police should not, because there's nothing to do, because they need to cancel all the previous activities concerning local government elections in Rivers State. So if you have this judgment and counter order, I think the best thing for us is to wait for the decision of any superior court again. We don't interpret this law. That's why we have the judiciary that should interpret the law for us. But whatever it is, the IGP has ordered the Commissioner of Police in charge of Rivers State to do deployment, to take charge and make sure it restores normalcy to Rivers State. It is important. It's our constitutional responsibility to make sure we maintain law and order, and of course protect lives and property. So we don't want to be dragged into the politics in Rivers State. We want to remain professional, remain impartial, and make sure we discharge our duties as expected of us. It's quite unfortunate that the people, some certain individuals in Rivers State have been attacking the police institution, attacking the security institution in Nigeria, and of course, they are passing up complimentary statements against the person and officer of the Inspector General of Police. We want us to be decorum when we are addressing issues like this. We are all interested in having peace in all corners of this country. We all yearn to have peace, to have tranquility, and have unity in this country. So we are going to do the needful to make sure that we restore normalcy to Rivers State. We only want to appeal to the people of Rivers State to please always work with police and other security agencies so that our assignments can be very, very easy for us in that state. We want all of them to maintain peace, to embrace peace. It is for the good of the state, for the good of all of us, and for the good of our dear country, Nigeria at large. Thank you, and God bless you.
Nuisance lele.
Police obey the court order. If I hear, well, let's leave that though. Leave that to them. So people of this community in Kwara State, they've raised an SOS. Please help us tell the government to do something about this. So this is not good. This is the only bridge that links these two communities together. If this Kwako bridge collapses, that's the end of it. Now from we will just wave to ourselves from these two communities. In 2024, they have something like this as a bridge.
Ẹ dákun gbogbo ẹni tó bá rí fídíò yìí kó bá ṣí ẹ pé kó dọ́dọ̀ àwọn gọ́ọ̀mẹ̀ntì abájúkú olókolówó tán tá à ń lọ sí ọ̀nà alápá ẹ wo ọ̀nà yìí ọ̀lẹ́ ọ̀nà yìí ti wọ́ọ̀sì gan à ń bẹ̀jọba Kwara kí wọ́n dáhùn tó tọ́ lọ́wọ́ bá ẹ̀mí àwọn ẹ wo máa yẹ ẹ wo onítúni ṣe o mọ́tò kankan ti fẹ́ lájẹ́ níbí nísìnyí látara pé kò síbi tí wọ́n ń gbà fa kí wọ́n dáhùn tó tọ́ lọ́wọ́ bá ẹ wá wo bí kíní ṣe jìn tó Ọlọ́run kó má ṣẹ̀mí wa lófo gbogbo nǹkan ìbẹ̀tẹ̀ pé yóò ṣẹlẹ̀ tí mo máa ronú pé bóyá àmú Ọlọ́run kí alẹ́sìnẹ́sì ni ẹ dákun abẹ̀jọba Kwara fa kí wọ́n dákun gbogbo ẹni tó bá rí láti kó bá ṣí ẹ̀ kó fi dọ́dọ̀ gómìnà gangan kí ni yóò dáná ti wá ń bí láti fi 5 days ago kò sí nǹkan tí wọ́n ṣe lórí ẹ̀ dákun pásítẹ̀ntì kan máa ṣe tó bá lágbára nísìnyí gbogbo yóò wá bíbí sọ́lọ̀ ló wá fà yí àbí àmúwọ́ ara wa gangan ẹ dákun abẹ̀jọba Kwara tó tọ́lọ́ ọba kí wọ́n wá kẹ́yìn wọ́n tó ṣe síbi tó lọ́wọ́ ọba Ọlọ́run jẹ́ kó bàjẹ́ nígbọ̀nà ìṣẹ̀lẹ̀.
On his mandate, you can stand though, because according to Kolu, we are getting a nice weekend.
Enjoy your weekend.
Thank you.
Enjoy your weekend.
Thank you.
Enjoy your weekend.
Thank you.
He's saying hello. That's Kolu. Kolu himself. So, if you see up that in supposed Yoruba land, well, even though I have some people from Kwara State that will say Kwara is not Yoruba land. Kwara is Emirates. Emirates of Fulani Emirates. And I know so many people have identity crisis in Nigeria. You need to come down to Kwara and see live identity crisis. They are not sure if they are Northerners or if they are Westerners. Sure you get. So when it is politically convenient, they will call them Northerners. And then when they really don't like to be called Southerners, even though 70% of the people or 70% of the land that make up the place called the Kwara State today is Yoruba land. But still, it is a place where APC, Ebekebe, has been in government since 2015 as well. Is that 2015? Yeah. Was it? I think it's 2019. Was it? Anyway. See, this group of guys, they are the obedient group. Somehow they have this lesson they believe they have learned from what happened in the River States. And they think they could possibly use that as a motivation for a possible takeover of the establishment in Nigeria. I know it is actually like a delulu of a thing. I thought I should share it with you. Talking about rivers, by the way.
We're at that point in our history where men and women of goodwill must coalesce, must work together, must congregate at that parlor where everything that divides is stormed down, where everything that weakens is stormed down, where everything that puts our energy and strength to the air is turned down. We must understand that the events of the last 2 years are very instructive about the power of the people. And I hope you understand where I'm going, because I'll try to be very brief. Number one, not very strong, but by God's grace, my late dad would say that the day I was born, perhaps I started talking the very, very moment I breathed air. But that is not essentially what I'm about to say, but I want to challenge everyone here. I remember when Big Tent was born. It was born as a child of circumstance. It was born to give strength and buffer to the presidential campaign organization of our leader, Peter Gregory Obi. It came to fix the loose ends and give style, synergy, and panache to what we had as a national campaign. And the fear of that national campaign remains in the public space. That's why what I want you to realize and remember is, without equivocation, the fact that the power of the people, take note, the power of the people is stronger and mightier than the people in power. That is what we proved in 2023. That was what the Nigerian space saw in the build-up to the last election. It was a monstrous movement of young, old, women, and teenagers. They rose up to say that the time to take back their country for good is now. Interestingly, it resonated in the fact that we aggregated without doubt in saying that with Peter Gregory Obi, the Obedient Movement, the Big Tent, the Labour Party, that a new Nigeria is possible. Indeed, without doubts, a new Nigeria is possible. I just told my brother, Yunusa Tanko, here a few minutes ago, that as we gather here, the power of the people is at work in the state superintended over by Fubara. Some people who assume that they have control over the instrumentality of state, who assume that they can overawe a whole state, who assume that the state belongs to them, who assume that they can do whatever they want with the state, who assume that the collective will of the people of a state belongs to them, and so they can superintend the state from Abuja, who assume that the people must be subservient to them, and who assume that they are the godfather of a particular state, having shown the color of the things to come. There are events ahead of us, events that are very instructive, events that goes to the heart and the soul of our nation, events that we cannot overlook. We have seen them in the last election. We have seen them in the instrumentality of the APC to throw upon our space what you call state capture. But you know, there's something very interesting about this country. Tanko, our comrades, so many people know that. Nigeria is one country that's become extremely impossible in its historicity for anybody to conquer. Extremely impossible. I'll give you quick instances. There was a Jack Gowon who came out after the war. Nigeria was rich. He boasted that our problem wasn't money, that our problem was how to spend it. Went ahead to bail out Trinidad and Tobago. Went around spending money. And then when he tinkered with the transition to democratic rule, he was in Addis Ababa when he was taken out. Are you aware that in this same country, when certain individuals thought in the Second Republic that they had conquered Nigeria, voices came out on the 31st of December 1993, and that was the end of them. Are you also aware that a certain man who was gap-toothed, who called himself the Maradona, when he thought that he could run roughshod over our country, and then tinkered and played with the transition to democratic rule, and then annulled the June 12th election, when the Nigerian people rose up by way of bad grammar, by way of bad English, he addressed Nigerians and stepped aside. Are you also aware that someone came to power after sacking the interim government, and because of the people's power, he couldn't travel overseas to take care of himself, and somehow Mother Providence took him out, and he couldn't transmute from military to civilian president? Are you also aware that in this same country, when someone could tinker with the process, he said, no, I have seen enough of the people's power, and Absalom Abubakar stayed for less than a full year and handed over to democratic rule? The stories are complete and replete of a people's strength. Even against their nuances, in 1994, the late Chief Gani Fahimi, along with so many of us, started a...
I don't want to sit here and reveal all my strategy. I am the first speaker among the three of us running. So they will spy on me. So you